No matter how many years of Smash Ultimate go by, there are always people who want to be contrarians and always want to say that there's always one or two people pushing a character and say that that character is not really that good. But there have been a lot of really good players lately who have pushed the characters who we all know are really good to the brink. And it's not just the top players you know, it's not just MKLeo, it's not just Spargo, it's not just Sonics, it's a lot of great players. But I'm going to be talking about those characters here, characters that we all really do know are broken, but apparently only had one or two players showing it off, but now we have up and comers proving them wrong. For many years, it seemed like Joker was just MKLeo's persona, because Joker really didn't have a lot of reps. He seemed very broken, of course. He had Arsene, which has insane damage, insane range, and kills really early. He has movement that's crazy. He's one of the hardest characters in the game to hit, but for some reason, it felt like only MKLeo could pilot this character. And then Omega has shown out these past few years as a crazy Joker, honestly inspirationally so. I think Omega was always known as a high level Joker, but this year he's just broken into the top level, double eliminating Light and getting second at Momocon, which while not the most giant major was still an amazing result. It's very impressive to watch someone pilot this character to the utmost that isn't just MKLeo's movement, and it feels like Omega has his own style to it. Yeah, he can be very explosive, he can get those clutch moments and kill people very early, but he can also be one of the hardest people to hit in the world. And I think Omega's going to show that Joker has so much more to offer to just Arsene. I think Omega, like low-key, might have the best base Joker in the world. Yes, MKLeo is a fantastic Joker, but the way Omega pilots the character, he always gets the fares he needs. He gets so many good edge guards. He's very good at chasing people on top of being difficult to hit. And I do think we're probably going to see more Jokers show out from this, just being able to see a different style of Joker. Because a lot of times I think people just are like, oh, it's just a Leo thing. Oh, it's just Leo reading people. Oh, it's just Leo being crazy, crazy good. Leo is crazy, crazy good, but Omega is showing that there are more things you can do with the character than just Arsene. I feel like Wolf was always known as a good character in Smash Ultimate. Most people would probably put him around high tier for most of the game's life, but it definitely felt like he was a bit too honest in the landscape of characters zero to deathing you and being impossible to hit, such as Steve, Sonic, Game & Watch, Kazuya, etc. And it felt like he didn't have a great matchup versus those characters for a while until you watch someone like Ouch. Ouch makes this character feel like he is a Luigi. He makes it seem like, oh, if I get touched by this wolf at all, I might die, because Ouch is fantastic at chasing. And I think that's a big thing people are starting to realize. Wolf can always just get there. He always can threaten a position you're in disadvantage with something, whether it be F-tilt, the back airs covering jumps, down smashing your 2 frames, always having something to tech chase you with, having so many setups into back air from forward air to nair, having a kind of a zero to death with the nair, back air, side B. He always does have something to make his advantage stay explosive, and Ouch is so good at using that. I feel like Ouch was always known as a great player, but top player for sure now, because he's just beaten so many people and made this character feel so disastrous. Of course, there have been other wolves. Of course, my boy Danny has been putting in work lately. We've had Jackal, who's also fantastic. We've also had Zachary's a long time ago, but it felt like the wolf players have really been pushing the character lately more than any time. And it feels like if you are in the right region, you can find a wolf that will kill you in every hit. And it makes him not look so honest. It makes all this stuff really work together in a way that you can always get there. You just need more skill than other characters do. If there's a character that you would probably ask top players who they hate the most, it's probably Minman. And it feels weird because you think that Minman is obviously broken, with a broken neutral game, ridiculous ledge trapping, some of the best edge guarding in the game, extremely long range, really difficult to get in on, destroys half the cast for sure. But then you just look at the Minman results, there really aren't that many Minman players. And it feels like, man, are the Minman players that are there just not that very good? Well, the answer really is yes. But the real thing is that it feels like all of them have made up for the fact that she's awkward to try to play extremely lame. They get hit, and then a top player demolishes them because they have really bad disadvantages of air dodging straight in, spot dodging all the time, all that stuff. Lots of Minman players have really poor disadvantage states just because that seems like her weakness, and then you fight Dormigi, and it's like, man, Minman's kind of heavy. Man, this arm stuff is really annoying. Even when I do hit him, if I don't kill him, he will kill me in one hit, it feels like. It feels like he always has the edge guard on me. It feels like if my character doesn't have 6 jumps and a up B that can be refreshed, I'm probably gonna die out here. Because Dormigi is so good at it. His advantage state is easily the best of the Minmans, and he has such a smart understanding of knowing how people want to recover and get away from him. And it feels like if you don't know what you're doing versus him, he will kill you. And even if you do, your character might not be in a position to come back. Dormigi reminded people this character's insane. It's crazy we ever thought this character wasn't high tier because of her disadvantage being poor, when it doesn't even matter if you just play it smart. Even Dormigi, who has sometimes like bad air dodges or spot dodges, it doesn't matter because he does neutral and advantage so well. He can demolish anybody. He can, and Minman being heavy means that she can take some damage and still use that rage to kill you. And Dormigi is so good at that. Ever since Proto stopped playing, it felt like people didn't know about Minman. They put her lower and lower. Oh, Jigglypuff beats her. Oh, Sheik beats her. These characters who no one plays and aren't real answers. And then she demolishes the rest of the characters. Like, come on. Minman is ridiculous, and I'm so glad Dormigi is showing people how nuts she is. After 6 years of this game being out, there's still a lot of people who want to be contrarians and tell you these characters are just okay, they have obvious weaknesses, or aren't as good as people say they are, they just are carried by their top players, and they'll still be wrong every single time. I don't think it's crazy to say that, oh, if a character is broken, they have to win every single tournament, but they don't. They can just be dumb, have a person have the right run, fight the right people, and then they'll show up and people will be like, wait, what are the weaknesses of this character? And we'll have that rotation of things happen over and over again. At the end of the day, all these top tiers are nuts. Smash Ultimate is a crazy game, and I'm so glad we have people like these three to show that these contrarians are just that.